Welcome back, folks. We got a great guest for you today. You may have heard her before, and we have got so many compliments we had to get her back. Well, of course, I'm going to get her back anyway. We have Ellen de Haan. Ellen, folks, she received her BA from Boston University. She got her law degree from the University in Miami, and she's a specialist in HOA and condo law and community associations, which the last time that we were on, I realized that you explained to us that HOAs, you're a partnership, man. You better make sure that you know that you're a partner, right?
Right.
That's pretty intense. So, there's a lot happening in Tampa, but I know that you're involved with Habitat for Humanity also, right?
Yes. This morning we had we dedicated the 400th house that Habitat has built in Pinellas County.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
There were several hundred people there. The mayor of Clearwater and commissioners and all kinds of people were there. It was very, very exciting.
And Habitat for Humanity, the families that you get, the families are totally involved in it too. I mean, because I know, we went to one of these times, and it was really impressive as to the families involved, the community involved, and how this works.
Yeah, we don't give away houses. We give a hand up, not a hand out.
Okay.
And everybody has, the prospective homeowners have to have a certain salary, a certain amount of money coming in.
Okay.
They have to take 16 classes, including budgets and predatory lending and being a good neighbor and so on. They have to give 250 hours of sweat equity and 50 hours per adult on your own house.
Nice.
So it's quite a process, and very.
Well, congratulations. That's a lot of houses.
That's a lot of houses.
That's a lot of houses.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. We were talking about the aspect of condominium law, partnerships, all of the above. What happens inside associations when people are smoking? Like in this building here, I know what happens is that supposedly you can't smoke in front of the building, they let you smoke in back of the building. That's a commercial building. I don't know if that's different than condominiums. But what happens with smoking inside buildings, condominium associations?
Yeah, well, that's an issue, because you could regulate, the association can regulate smoking in the common elements or the common areas.
Yeah.
But what about inside a unit in a multifamily structure? And
I never thought about that.
The smoke comes in through the vents, and it's in the hallway. I have a situation right now where we have the person is such a heavy smoker that he ends up that the entire hallway reeks of cigarette smoke when you get off the elevator.
Oh, just from his house?
Just from him smoking inside his unit.
From inside his walls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had to send a letter saying, this has to be cleaned up, and you have to also clean up the entire inside of the unit, get rid of the smoke. And
really?
We're going to charge you for the cost to repaint the hallways and fumigate and clean the carpets and so on.
So that's excess smoking, right?
Yeah. It's also counterintuitive, because we're talking about something that you do inside your house. And you think, well, now that's inside my house. I shouldn't have, you can't regulate what I do inside my house. But when it rises to the level of a nuisance, when it's bothering other people, that's when the association can get involved.
What's going to happen with medical marijuana?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we don't, I guess we have it in this state now, but there's some states that it's up and going, right?
Yes. Colorado is one of the first states, and that's where some of these cases are coming in. If you can ban smoking, but how do you ban medically prescribed marijuana from inside a unit?
You're going to be busy.
Yeah.
No, but how do you? I mean, I'm not saying whether you should or not. I'm just saying that will end up coming up, though, huh?
Well, what's going to happen there is the Fair Housing Act will kick in.
Okay.
And that says the association has to make reasonable accommodations for a handicap or a disability.
I see. So
I think that's going to come into play, that we're going to have to give permission, but boy, people are not too happy about that.
Oh, I can imagine. That's and then of course animals are a big deal, right?
Oh, yes.
Animals are a large deal.
Yeah, a no pet building.
Right.
With an emotional support animal.
Right.
That you have to allow in if you get proper documentation, but you do have to get documentation.
Sure.
For that.
Right.
And then we have dueling disabilities.
And what does that mean?
That I'm allergic to dogs.
Oh, wow.
And now
Okay.
you are bringing a dog in because you need it for your PTSD.
Yes. Right.
And now I can't get on the elevator if you're on the elevator with your dog.
That's amazing.
And what about the laundry room? If
Right.
it's a shared laundry room.
Right. And then what if it's, yeah, you know, I guess I've never seen any cats that are like, I guess, but you know, can they have a cat that has licenses too, that someone has to have a cat?
Yeah, yeah.
Because the dander on a cat really bothers a lot of people, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And then you have a rule that says you have to have your pet, and in fact, they're specifically not pets. They're accommodations for a handicap. So we have a rule
You are
that
so
says...
smart, man. I love No, you know, it's amazing. You know, the last time that Ella was on, folks, we didn't realize how many rules there really are. And, you know, a lot of them are really common sense, too.
Right.
I can see it's not outlandish when you're setting these up, because you do have both sides of the deal. It's like, okay, well, you're in a partnership. Well, I guess you should have known that at the beginning.
Well, if you're living in close proximity to other people, you're sharing space. It was interesting when I was in grad school. There was some studies done about kids in dorms.
Okay.
And that living in close proximity like that, it caused some psychological issues.
Okay.
And there were suicides, and there were things going on, and today if you have a lot of people in a small amount of space and trying to share the space, it creates stresses and issues and people are very interested in each other these days.
Right.
We live reality TV.
Yeah, that's a fact. We're living it right now. And folks, as we're living reality TV, what they just did, they just canceled the healthcare bill vote. They're not going to vote on it. They were supposed to vote on it at 3:30, and they just decided to cancel it. So that is over. So the market just bounced was down 100, now it's down 70. The Nasdaq was down 4 or 5, now it's up 1. So there's reality TV.
That's it.
There's reality TV.
As we sit.
Yeah, as we sit. It's live. It's live reality TV. You have to love it. So let me ask you that Airbnb, home away, okay? That's a big issue right across the country, right?
It is. I was at a law conference in January, and that came up there was a whole entire program on that subject.
Okay.
Because if you're regulating who comes and goes in your building and in your community, and it can be a homeowners association as well, not just in a condo. And there was one, or people were in and out of there every day.
Sure.
And every single room had beds in it.
Wow.
In the house.
Every single room.
Every single room. And
yeah, because you can take what you can do with Airbnb, folks. You can actually take a house and rent out the room. Like, you know, we do Airbnb. I do a lot of them, but we rent out the units. But you can rent. I can take a unit and say, okay, I can put 7 beds in the unit, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. And you can do a bedroom or whatever.
Sure.
Now we're talking about a place that has no short-term rentals allowed.
Okay. Right.
And because they don't want the transient occupancy.
Oh, sure. Right. You stay right there, folks. Ellen and I are coming right back. Our phone number, if you have a question for Ellen, our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now are down 46. Nasdaq's up 15. S&Ps are up 1.5. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Our guest today is Ellen de Haan. She is a community association attorney with Wetherington Hamilton in Tampa, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And Ellen's phone number, folks, is 818-225-1918.
813.
Oh, 813, sorry. Same with me. Thank you. 813-225-1918. She specializes in community law, and we're talking about a lot of different issues, but we want to talk a little bit about the Airbnb situation.
Yeah, we had started with you have a community, it's a gated community.
Yes.
And so now you have cars coming and going every weekend during the week,
right.
Super Bowl, whatever it might be, and you have 10, 15, 20 people in one house.
Yep.
You have a restriction in the documents that says no short-term rentals.
Right.
But by the time you send a letter or call the owner on
Yes.
it, the people are long gone.
Yes.
4 more people have been in.
Right.
So we actually ended up in court on one of those because they were just people after people after people after people.
Over and over again, yeah, right.
In and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah. You know what's amazing is that I have 5 buildings that are like that. Now, one of them, which is really cool down in Indian Shores, check this out. This is amazing, that you can actually rent by the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't.
Right.
I don't want, that's the last thing I'd ever want to do. And all the others were ones by the week. Most of them by the month, though. You can't do it less than a month. Mm-hmm. You know, and they work out great because we're in Florida. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right, by the beach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just the snowbirds coming in, you know, and a lot of people come in for a month or 2 months.
There are, by the way, taxes on short-term rentals.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, anything under 6 months.
Yeah, we paid taxes even before Airbnb took it out, because there's 2 different things that end up happening, folks, by the way. You know, if you have units like that, is that you want to pay the taxes so you can show how much you've made on the unit anyway. I mean, if you're in the business of real estate, you want to show that, hey, here's your books, man.
Right,
you know, here it is. And around here, of course, you need a license for every one of them.
Yes.
You know, but you can get them. It's not like you can't get them. Do you know what I mean? It just depends where you are. But there's no doubt that one of the big deals, I think, around Florida, too, is that you rent, I guess, in large resort communities, right? You rent a large house, and, like, you really do this, you know, weekend deals at, like, $4,000, $5,000 a pop, right?
Well, the interesting thing with Airbnb has been the grassroots or the home industry, the cottage industry of it's not your house, but you rent it out on Airbnb.
Oh, it's big. Yes.
Because it's in foreclosure. There's nobody there.
No, that's right. That's right. And what I've seen, what I've seen right down Clearwater Beach, is that what happens, folks, is you can do yearly rentals down there. We can do any kind of rentals, but what people have figured out is that you can rent the house for the year and then you start renting it out as an Airbnb, even though that you don't even own the house, which is pretty intense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem.
You know,
well, when the foreclosures were at their height, people were taking over abandoned property and renting it out,
and they didn't even know it.
And nobody and taking the money. It wasn't even their home. And
amazing.
Now they're doing it with.
You know, I want to switch gears on you for a second because townhouses, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're let's say they have townhouses with 6 townhouses, right? That's somewhat of a partnership too. Not as intense, but can you explain that? Because it depends on what's in the documents, right?
Yeah, that's very critical. What's in the documents?
Yeah.
Because if you have 6 houses lined up, attached, so you're sharing walls.
Right.
You're also sharing a roof.
Yeah. Right.
Now, if there's a leak in the roof, the thing about leaks in the roof is you don't know where that leak is.
Yes.
It's leaking in your house.
Okay.
But it started at the house on the corner, at the end of your sixplex.
And water is vicious.
And travels along the path of least resistance.
Sure.
So, and then what if your documents, you want your documents to say the association is responsible for repairing the roof.
Okay.
As if it doesn't say that.
Right.
What you've got is, now I have to get my neighbor and my other neighbor and say, guys, we have a leak in the roof. And they say, go pound sand. And now you've got a leak in the roof. You can't.
Oh, interesting.
You've got to sue your neighbors to get them to fix the roof.
Right.
Party wall. There's language in every set of documents where there's a shared wall. And you own to the middle of your party wall.
Okay.
But what if there's damage to the wall and you have to rebuild it or you have to fix it?
Yeah.
You have to deal with your neighbor there as well.
That's pretty cool.
What if there's a fire in the 3rd unit, the 3rd townhouse?
Okay.
The place is gutted.
Yeah.
The owner takes the insurance money and bails.
Wow.
Now you got 5 units with a burned out unit in the middle of it.
Yep.
And you have to deal with that has to get rebuilt. It's not a condo, it's a homeowners association.
Right.
So if that were a condo.
Yeah, explain how this works.
If that were a condo.
Okay.
The walls are all common elements.
Okay.
So they're the responsibility of the association.
Okay.
But if you're not a condo, if you're a homeowners association, you own your own unit to the middle of the party wall.
Okay.
And then you have to fix it and your neighbor's gone.
Wow.
Now, if it's a condo, the condo will rebuild what we call the vanilla box.
Okay.
They'll put it back so at least it looks good from the outside.
Yeah. Now, you know what's wild here, folks, is that Ellen had fixed me up with another attorney, okay? And I just happened to having lunch with him about a week and a half ago. And I'm going to end up building some townhouses. And that's what he was explaining. This just came up, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Because you really, those documents are going to be so crucial because they're fine as long as the documents are all right? And people know what they're getting involved in, basically.
You also need to look out for insurance.
Yes.
Because what you want to have in your you want to put in the documents that the association gets the insurance for the exteriors of the building. Again, in that scenario with the fire, if the association were responsible for the insurance, they could have gotten the exterior walls at least put back from the insurance.
Right, and you go from there, right? Because if you got the envelope, you're in decent shape.
Right.
Because what could happen in a second, if you don't have the envelope, of course, folks, what ends up happening, you get water coming in, and then water's the killer of everyone.
And what do you do with demolition, and what do you do with the party walls? And it's a nightmare.
That is, yeah. Yeah, you're going to be busy for a long time. No, it's
been busy for 33 years.
I know. And when we're talking now, you're talking, there's another real estate boom going on. So,
yes.
I mean, whether if you're going, I don't know, whether it's St. Pete or if you're in Boston or New York, I mean, I just came back from Toronto. I was doing some business up there a week and a half ago. There's so many cranes up there, and everything's a condominium up there. I mean, that's just everywhere.
Yeah, and I think that'll happen. That is starting to happen again around the country.
Right, because when the expenses go up, I guess, let's talk about fees a little, condominium fees. It seems to me like I moved out a lot of the condominiums because the fees are so expensive. When I look at the spreadsheet as to the aspect of owning single families And what the expenses are there, most of our fees are like $416 to $450 a month. That kills you when at the bottom line at the end of the year.
Well, people have to understand that when you buy a place in any kind of an association, you have to think, all right, my mortgage, I can afford my mortgage,
right.
I'm good. You know?
Right.
But wait a minute, on top of my mortgage payment, I have my assessments.
Yes.
And it's not, you know, that partnership thing, it's not a club. There's
right.
no dues here. This is all assessments.
Right.
And
right.
you have to pay them.
Right. Right. You stay right there, folks. Ellen and I are coming right back, and we have the Dow right now down 56. NASDAQ is up 12. S&Ps are flat. We're going to be right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow Industrials right now are down 37. You get the NASDAQ up 16. S&Ps are up 2. And if you know, we have Ellen de Haan, and Ellen is a specialist in community law, folks. And of course, we know we have a trading room, the Tigers Den. You got to see that quote. I'd rather live under a bridge than have to deal with the condo association. Now, that could be a little exaggeration, but I think he likes. He probably would live under a bridge. I love you, Fletch.
I don't know.
Let's talk about fees. Mm-hmm. So, you know, fees inside the condo, right? Are they just, you know, you have the monthly fees, you have assessment fees?
Yeah. See, now, first of all, you want to look at what your amenities are. Is it a gated community? Is it,
okay.
Because then you're going to have expenses for the gates? Is it a manned gated community?
Right.
Do you have a clubhouse? Do you have a pool? Do you have, what amenities do you have?
Yes.
And because all of that's going into what the fees are, if you have, and is it a private road or is it a public road?
Oh boy, yeah, right.
So those things you have to think about. And so that's all going to go into the calculation of how many fees you're paying. Now, it also depends on what you want. What are you looking for? What are you trying? What lifestyle do you want?
And I guess when we talk about this, as long as you and me and clients said you want to buy, I mean, because as many times, you know, between cleaning backyards and everything else, and say, you know what, I like the condo lifestyle. And it really has to do with understanding what the fees are, understanding what it is, and then you know what you're getting into, right?
Well, think about it this way. If you're a person who travels,
yes,
or if you just have, if it's just you, or if it's you and your significant other, and you want to go away for a weekend, you don't have to worry.
Right.
Because somebody's keeping an eye on your house for you.
Which is worth something.
It's
Big
worth
time.
a lot.
It is worth a lot.
And if you're a snowbird, or if you're a part-time resident,
right,
you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about the grass getting cut, or
and that's a big one. No, that's a big one. Yeah.
Now the big problem is, the big thing that people forget is having somebody check your unit.
Yes.
Or check your house if you're not there.
Right.
Just if you're gone for 3 months, you need somebody in there.
Yeah.
And what happens? The person comes in once a month. The day after they come in, that's the day that the leak springs.
Right.
So it's an issue.
I can see that too. And of course, what ends up happening, you get a leak, then you get mold, then it just starts down the road, right?
Right.
You know, so someone's coming in to buy a condo, I guess the first thing they should do, or a townhouse, they should take a look at the documents, right?
Yes, absolutely. Everything depends on your lifestyle. If you have 3 dogs that you've had since they were puppies and you're never going to not have a dog, you better make sure that it's a community where you can have pets and that it won't be an issue. You also have to think in terms of, if you have a Great Dane, do you really want to buy a condo unit?
No.
You know, well, people do. Really? I've had Great Danes in condos.
Oh my God, that's sad.
It is for the dog.
For the dog.
Yes.
No, it is sad. It is sad. Okay, okay.
How many parking spaces are there?
Oh, that's a big one.
Now, if there's 3 adults, there are going to be 3 cars.
Sure.
You know, you have a grown child living with you, or occasionally, whatever, you're going to have you have parking issues, guest restrictions. If you're not there, is someone allowed to stay in your unit?
Yeah. Well, I've found a few times is that even planting issues. What have you planted, right?
Yeah. Well, if you're in a condo, you can't plant anything because you don't own any of the land.
Interesting, yeah. And so what I mean specifically, folks, is that, you know, outside your door, you put a couple plants, and you know, and they want them all uniform.
Well, we had one that had a vegetable garden behind the condo.
Okay.
Behind her unit.
Yes.
So, you know, jokingly we said, well, wait a minute, what if she shares her vegetables with everybody? Would that be okay? No, she took land that's owned by all the partners.
Association.
No.
That's right. So it's really important, I guess, in the aspect of if someone's taken that land, to right away say, hey, that's our land.
Yeah. The board has to do that.
Well, listen, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And Ellen, if you have any questions, folks, Ellen's phone number is 813-225-2531. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Look forward to speaking right back here Monday morning, 8 o'clock. Thanks, Ellen. Thank you so much.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.